Hello, I'm Roy Whiffen and it's down to the wire. Next Tuesday is early voting, so it is your choice. Do you want to pay more and more and more, or do you want us to sort it, or should I say these ladies to sort out what needs to be done for the city? This is Farah, and she's for the open position down in Greatwood. This week is unbelievable. I don't know whether you read in the Fort Bend Independent, but this man who's employed by the city is now dictating policy. You didn't vote for him, nobody voted for him. He's an employee, and yet he's now dictating policy for the city. What happened was that two of the council members wanted to put something on the agenda, which is within the rules of the city. If you're a council member and there's two or more, you can put whatever you like on the agenda. And two of the council members wanted to do that. This man dictatorially said, "No, you're not. I do not want it. I do not want it." He's now in charge of the city, it seems. And he did it with the blessing of this guy. This is why we need change now. Damn it. I don't normally swear, but... Okay. As I said, this guy, he don't care a toss about you. He's not interested in you one iota. He is bought and paid for. He's got a job where the company is earning multi-million-dollar deals with the city. So what is his priority? His priority is to his company, not to you. He's spent and put us in a situation that we should never be in. Joey Boy, he supported every tax increase that you can think of. As far as public safety is concerned, he reduced the fire service by 30%. There is a possibility, a distinct possibility, and I read it to you last week, that if you have a fire or major catastrophe, that our fire service might not be able to provide the service that you pay for. As I said last week, he tried to close the pool. Placed it on the agenda as a budget cut. He was just weeks away from his new job as a city vendor who presented a multi-million-dollar park plan for new projects. Millions of new parks, but close our only public pool. Millions for new parks, should I have said. Budget crisis? Apparently not. Self-interest over community and our children? Yes. Track 5, it says, while there has been no real relief for Sugarland flood victims, Mayor Joey Boy is seeing a big payday. It seems his new employers have been involved in the Brazos erosion study. This seems to be taking priority over steps to prevent future flooding here in Sugarland. Flood zones, areas such as Telfair, Track 5, are built in the 500-year flood. Remove the urban high density designation for the development so that we don't negatively impact the surrounding neighbourhoods. He doesn't care. Him and these guys, the developers, They're just interested in the money to develop. Also, there was a great article in the Houston Chronicle where all these developers and builders are now bribing cities. Do you think they might be doing it to us? Bribing cities to not implement wetland areas so that they can build where it's flooded. And they're trying to change the rules and regulations and everything. It's unbelievable that you have no rights whatsoever. Just give me your money. That's all they want. It's one of those things. You probably got your new property tax deals. All CAD board members are selected by a local official, City Council, Board of Trustees, County Judge and Commissioners, with annual and higher unlawful appraisal valuations increases by CAD, misleads taxpayers into paying higher taxes each year. That affects property owners' rights to own a house or a home. With property tax reform that county officials have opposed to support year after year after year. We've heard all sweet talks, we've seen nothing. Okay, yeah, it's just one of those deals that we're going down a road that we don't need to be going down. So you have the option. Are you just going to sit back and let these people dictate what happens to you in your area? Are you going to be in the position where if you had a fire or some catastrophic damage that we can't get our people out to support you? The other thing was Tuesday night they had a deal for a temporary gun range for the police, and the general contractor stood up there and said that it was going to cost $115,000, and yet the city had in there a budget of $250,000. When asked what would change it from a temporary to a permanent, this general contractor said to turn it to a permanent would cost approximately $9 million. Now, when I wrote about this on Facebook, the city said no such thing. This general contractor did not pull that figure out of the air. Somebody somewhere in the city knows what's going to be done and how much it's going to cost. It might not be done now, but $9 million for a gun range? You know, when are the people of Sugarland going to stand up and say enough is enough? We've had it with you, with your spend, spend, spend. We've had it with you, with your dictatorial attitude and your rudeness, to put it politely, to council members. The man is a disgrace to the city. He has no right to be there. And this man, who is doing everything he can for his buddies at the EDC and his new company to promote them, and maybe he might get a nice bonus because he's a good boy to them. You never know. And we can't find out either. It's private information. But this guy is a blotch, a large blotch on the city of Sugarland. And we need him out. We need him out now. So starting Tuesday, is early voting. Please vote. It's your right. In a lot of countries, if you don't vote, you get fined. So, you know, in this country, we're pretty lenient as far as that sort of thing is concerned. Vote, vote, vote. And with God's blessing, I'll talk to you next week. Bye.